welcome back to another episode of Today from Yesterday. I'm your host, Dakota Lundeen, and today we're going to be talking about a subject that has been thrown around in the news a lot lately, the claim that Donald Trump and Bernie Sanders are populist candidates. I just want to start by saying this video is not intended to support any candidate. My only intent for this video is to explain a concept. So, what exactly is a populist candidate? Now, most people use the term populist in a negative way to imply that a candidate is only pandering to a popular issue, typically lacking any kind of real solution. The definition of a populist fluctuates over time, but it typically involves a candidate using rhetoric to draw the attention of voters to elites or dangerous others who threaten to take away the rights of the citizens. These rights can range anywhere from wealth to freedom to safety to voice. What do candidates do that make them a populist? Many presidents have been called populist before. Most deny this claim, even though a popular appeal is pretty much always a winning strategy, despite its negative usage. The key term here is populist appeal. As a candidate, your job is to address those popular issues. So when is a candidate a populist, and when is a candidate just appealing to a popular issue? Well, one surefire way to point out a populist is that the populist candidate will continue to bring up hot topic issues, but they either avoid even mentioning a solution, or their solution is typically void of details. In other words, their candidacy revolves around the issues, not the solutions. Have there been populist candidates in the past? Populism has existed in American politics before. The most notable being the Populist movement, which started in 1892 and lasted until 1896. The movement consisted of poor laborers who pitted their problems against the elites and elite issues like railroads, gold, and so on. More recent examples of populist movement include the Tea Party movement, who invoke anti-federalist ideals of the past, and the Occupy movement, which is very anti-elite. It could be argued that Trump and Sanders' respective candidacies grew from both of these movements. You see, populism as a political tactic is not party affiliated. It can manifest on the left, right, or center. So where do populists come from? Well, a growing populist movement typically coincides with a growing frustration of the majority of the population with the current system. It seems obvious when it's put that way, but today we have something we've never seen before. If we were to say that Sanders and Trump are populist candidates, then both the left and the right have strong populist candidates that have gained a very large following, which means supporters of both parties are aggravated with our current system. But has a populist ever been elected? Many presidential candidates and electees have been called populists. Among them are Franklin Roosevelt and Ronald Reagan. But the original Populist Party candidate, William Jennings Bryan, did not win, and with his loss came the collapse of the original Populist Party. But from its death grew a reform movement known as progressivism. What the Populist Party did was draw the attention of the nation to the issues. The problem is that many consider their solutions to be radical and half-baked. From this came three progressive presidents, Theodore Roosevelt and William Howard Taft as Republicans, and then Woodrow Wilson as a Democrat. The populist movement united the people and parties in agreement that social Darwinism, or the belief that the strong gained wealth and power while the weak lost it, was morally corrupt and intellectually incorrect, which is very similar to what's happening in today's primaries. The majority of people on both the left and the right agree that big money in politics needs to be removed. You can see Trump and Sanders constantly harping on this point. However, Democrats see Trump as too radical and Republicans see Sanders as too radical. So if you're not exactly happy with the candidates right now, you may be in luck for the next election. Perhaps a moderate who can pull support from both parties is only 4 years away. Well, that's all the time we had for today. I hope you left with a better understanding of what a populist is. If you liked what you saw, please like and subscribe so you can catch the next video. I'll see you then.